are back. I didn't even have to ask you this time if we're rolling because we've been rolling the whole time.
That's right.
Welcome back to Use Your Manners. I'm your host, Leah. You are?
The other host, Mitch.
Oh, you're going to say
Clearly,
your right name.
come on.
No,
What?
but you never...
What? My name's Mitch. What's going on?
Your name is Mitch, but you never say the right name. You actually no, last week you did, so I'm happy about that.
Thank you.
We have a weird one, a good one today. It came to my mind last night, and I just thought, let's just do it.
How relevant.
Yeah, and then I wrote on Instagram all these questions that I had for people to just to chime in, and it went wild. Very
let's do it.
Interesting convo about weddings.
Very touchy, I think.
Yeah, but
it's gonna
good.
Be great.
No, it's going to be great. So quickly, highs and lows. And I also have a funny story this week. Well, not really
Amazing.
funny, but it's just embarrassing. But anyway.
Right, let's do it. Highs and lows?
Yeah.
Me first?
Yes.
Hi. I started doing this thing, and I don't know why I did it, but I'm running 3 kilometres a day for 30 days. Today's day 3. It's been pretty rough, but
it looks rough when you come home.
The reason it's my high is because I just want to show people, and myself obviously, that when you do something you don't want to do, you feel really good after it. So the minutes before I'm running, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You
do you know
hate
what I mean?
it.
Should I just get in the car, turn on Strava, no one will know?
Yeah. Go at a pace of 5 minutes around the corner.
But no, it's been rewarding. I'm 2 days in, so I'm sure I'll be crying when I'm 20 days in.
Nice.
So that's my high. It's been fun. Low, woke up a bit sick this morning. My throat's killing. So
not a vibe.
Not a fun time, to be honest.
Stay
but
2 meters away from me at all times.
You can blame daycare for that one.
Yeah. Thanks, G. Gigi's not even sick. You can just blame daycare from walking in. My high is that the Yes Please sign arrived. Even though I still haven't got this sign done, but we'll do it eventually now that I understand signs. We weren't expecting it, and then literally the truck rolls up and we were like, is that what we think it is? And it went up on the building and it looks lit. So
it does.
I'm so happy about that. And Cass is back, which makes me very happy because now once I was scattered and I am constantly scattered. She helps me be less scattered. Even though, but still scattered, but less off, which is great. And they're my highs. And my lows of the week is no lows. I actually have not had any a low. I think I've been great unless you can think of one.
No, I can't think of.
No, I've been having a great time. It's been
You've understood sign language this week.
What? Sign language from the signs. I was like, what are you fucking saying? What the hell? Makes no sense. Okay, this is my story, and I didn't tell you because I completely forgot about it, but it's more
I'm nervous.
No, it's just literally a secondhand embarrassment for me. I'm such a fucking idiot, and I was so embarrassed. I went into the car and I wanted to squeal because it was so embarrassing. But then I just drove home and didn't think about it.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I've been thinking about it ever since. So you know how I went to Charlesworth Nuts the other day to buy your dad and my dad a little basket of nuts to whatever. So I was served by this guy, and he was young, hip. I'd say he had little man bun vibes. He was wearing rings and stuff.
Yeah.
One of those vibes, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like a surfer dude kind of vibe. Anyway, I ordered the nut. I got the nuts things, and I also ordered Dad and you some bullets, some chocolate bullets. And as I was I don't know if I was texting you or I was just scrolling my phone while he was getting the kilo of chocolate bullets that I was ordering. He looked up at me and he said I looked up at him at the same time, and I just was a bit confused. And he said to me "You're going to be covered in chocolate." And I firstly, in my head, I went, fucking, wow, I'm married, my babes. Beg your pardon, firstly. And I just went, oh, yeah, pretty much. So awkward. And then he sits there and staring at me, and he was as if he didn't say that. He said something completely different. He said to me, do you want more chocolate? As in he was getting the chocolate. He didn't say you're going to be covered in chocolate at all. He said to me, did you want more chocolate? But I heard you're going to be covered in chocolate. So I answered him saying, yeah, pretty much. And he was like, so did you want more of the chocolate? And I was looking at him oh my Lord, what have I done? I was so embarrassed.
That's terrible.
I was so embarrassed. And I was like, yeah, no, that's fine. And he was like, okay. And wrapped the bag. He was so confused because obviously he was at the weigh scale, trying to add in little bits of licorice. So he goes, do you want more? And I thought he said you're going to be covered in chocolate. But he said something else, but whatever he said, it was not that. And I was so embarrassed. And then I just took things and ran. And I, holding 2 Charlesworth nuts things plus the licorice, I was looking like an idiot, went to the car and I was like, I'm so embarrassed. It was just the worst.
Lost in translation.
Terribly lost in translation. And I don't know. Then I kept thinking in the car, like, what did he actually say? Like, why did I think that? But anyway, I don't know what happened, but it was real awkward. So I just needed to get that out of there because it's been in my head for about a week now.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. So I'm so sad I didn't come and tell you when I go home because I was so embarrassed. But anyway, let's get talking about being married, let's talk about our wedding. We had a great wedding. We got married in
December last year.
The
17th.
Good job. Question for everybody at home, as if you wouldn't remember. Question for everyone at home. Do you now only celebrate your wedding date? Yeah.
Wedding anniversary.
Anniversary, sorry, yeah.
As opposed to like
when you were like first dating or whatever it is, like your actual.
Pretty sad though, because you go from like 7 years to 1.
Yeah, I hate that. And you just lose the nut. I just don't like it.
Like this would be our 7th year anniversary in October.
Yeah.
And in December is our first wedding anniversary.
Yeah, so you just lose the date.
Quite
so
sad.
like, yeah, what do you guys celebrate at home? It's just weird. But we got married, and I want to talk about our wedding and how we did things.
Yeah.
Versus how the norm is or whatever it was. And then I have some like juicy gossip stories about people's
Let's
weddings.
do it.
Similar to the Am I the Arsehole, but more like they were at this wedding, they heard this story and they saw this.
Yeah.
And then after that,
oh, okay. There's more.
I've got some things that like do's and don'ts, right? Like at a wedding. So like hard and fast rules that you're like, you cannot do that at a wedding.
Yeah.
But my DMs are blowing up of people like agreeing and disagreeing. Like, I feel like I want to get people in a room and be like,
I would
fight it out.
argue that this is more controversial than Am I the Arsehole?
Yeah, because weddings are like,
people feel strongly about one way and then people are like, it's either like, no, you must do that, or it's like, do whatever. Yeah, there's no in between.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like and
it depends on like the family background, all that kind of stuff. So
I can't wait to get into this because I am one opinionated mofo.
Yeah.
And when I see red, that's all I see.
Okay, so we got married in December. What was your dream wedding?
Well, not to be funny, but our wedding. So our dream wedding in my head, I'm not big into like weddings.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this sounds bad. I got to be careful because I've been to some weddings. Boring.
So
come on. No.
Yeah. If they're very traditional, I get it. Yeah.
No one can tell me that they've had fun at a wedding. No, okay, that's strong.
No, it depends on whose wedding it is.
Weddings are terrible, in my opinion. It's just, like, for example, Charles got married. Love him. One of my best friends. I barely saw him.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I want to celebrate this day. And it's not his fault, but there was like 300 people there. He's got to go mingle with each of them. I'm like, loved your wedding day, man, but like barely saw you.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Wanted to hang out with you to celebrate that. Yeah,
so
I get
getting off track, but for me, I don't love weddings personally. I never wanted a big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I think early days we tossed up between like big wedding, running away and eloping, or like just random stuff like that. But from my perspective, we do everything together, as people know.
Yeah.
I know this sounds bad, but for us, it was more just ticking a box. Like I literally felt like we were already married. We've got a child. At the time, 3 businesses together, moved on to our 2nd or 3rd house, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like we've done a lot in 7 years together.
Yeah.
So this, for lack of a better term, was literally a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And a ring that says we're married.
Yeah. I think it's more just, oh my God, I'm not even fucking wearing it.
I'm getting off the set. That's it. See you guys. What the fuck? On the one episode that you should wear your See what I mean? It's pointless.
I leave. Okay, so this. Can I tell you why I take it off at night? Which is like I cannot sleep with rings because I sleep like this and like I squish my hands in, and then in the middle of the night I look at my hand and it's blue because there's blood circulation, so I take it off and I forget.
That's great, but it's 10:30 the next day.
I get it.
So I don't really understand how that's irrelevant because it's not nighttime.
I get it.
Anyway, let me finish. So I was just going to wrap up by saying, for me, it wasn't really important to go and do this extravagant wedding
Yeah.
unless it was to you.
Yeah, I get it.
So my thing was always, I'll do whatever you want to do. And early days when we were planning, you're like, well, can you just have some input?
Yeah.
But I was like, honestly, I just want to have a good time with our close friends and family, not have 175 people, just have the people that we would see regularly and have a good night or day with them and that's it.
Yeah. I think the same. I think my dream wedding is like we really wanted to do the party. That was my dream wedding. Like I think what we did was amazing.
Yeah.
But if I could do it again and I wanted to spend more money, which I didn't, like I'm happy with what we did. But if I wanted to spend more money, I really wanted it to make like almost like a carnival. Like my idea was like a wedding carnival.
Yeah.
And like that way it didn't matter how many people were invited because we weren't paying per head. Like we were still going to have it at our house, but it was more like have a pinball machine, have a basketball hoop, have like things that the kids can play with, like things that it would just have fun and enjoy rather than like sit down at a table, watch like some first dance. Like that wasn't my vibe, but I wanted to have like a big party. But I'm just glad we like did what we did because it was perfect at the time. Like I am so happy with how like
I agree.
cruisy it was.
So
do you know what I mean?
For the people, can you just explain what we actually did?
Yeah.
For those that don't know.
I think we spent like the least amount of money that we possibly could because we didn't want to like, you know, have this huge wedding. We wanted to spend the money on a holiday after, which we didn't do, but that's okay.
We're still going
to go do it. We did like a house wedding. So we basically got a marquee in the backyard, got a beautiful table. We spent money on like beautiful things, but not necessarily like amount of people. But we had our like absolute immediate family and people who we like you had two friends, I had two friends. Like it was very, very like close
25
people. 25 people, 22 people, something like that. Very, very close people to us that we see every week that had, you know, almost like that new Gigi that we would like, you know, do you know what I mean? Like it was very intimate. And I loved that because it just felt like a cruisy day. Like I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to stress about anything. If it didn't work, who cares? Like things were just like easy.
Yeah.
We had 2 private chefs that we had from our favorite restaurant, which was like, that was
the
best.
highlight of my night.
And I think that's where we spent our money on. So we spent like as a total, we'll just say it, we spent $15,000 on the whole wedding. But that, I reckon half of that was the food. Like at least
like
half.
7 was food.
7.5 was food. But that was where I was like, I put value in
100%.
Food.
That
like
was still like one of the best dinners I've ever had.
100%. And we had like lobster rolls and like these amazing steaks, like salads, pastas, all this stuff. And we just had so much. And that was amazing. Like that, I would do that 20 times over. I want to get them
back for our wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Just you and I would have
the same
feast.
Menu, but like, yeah. I knew one, mate.
We'll renew our vows.
Yeah, we didn't have any vows. Perfect. So we'll just do nothing. But that's a great idea. I love that. So yeah, we had the 2 private chefs. I would do that again and again. I just got some like $150 dress. You had a crazy suit, but it was lit. Yeah. It was a very cool suit. And then we spent like a bit of money on the decorations, some flowers. But honestly, we had the flowers. We had like 1 stem of rose in like maybe had like 7 roses. Like it was like so minimal, but beautiful.
It looked beautiful too. Though.
Yeah, and we chose a theme, and like a theme. I liked doing that, and that's one of the do's and don'ts. Someone said don't do a theme, and I was like, hey, I like a theme. But my theme was I wanted everyone to be in white.
Yeah.
Because I did it for my 21st.
Yeah.
And like a friend of mine did it in Greece and for her wedding, and it just looked beautiful, and everyone just looks angelic. Like everyone just it's I don't know, it just makes everyone look amazing. And I just think, because I don't care about people wearing white to my wedding, blah blah. I didn't care about that, but I wanted everyone to like feel good and like look nice and like suit the like backyardy vibe. Like it was so cool. So I loved doing that. And then what else did we do? I think we did.
What else did we do?
I think, that literally, it was just like food and drink. And then like Jay bought a freaking, what's that thing called?
A snorkel.
A snorkel. We all had a snorkel, and I don't drink, and I had a cruiser in a snorkel. I almost died. It went up my nose. It was like in my wedding dress. I was like, but I've got a video of it. I did a pretty good job, I say. Poor Mitch. And then the thing was with the snorkel, once you had the snorkel, you then had to give it to the next person, and like whoever got the snorkel, you couldn't say no. So like no one gave it back to me because I was like, I've had enough. But I reckon you had about 8.
Yeah,
because it was like, Jay, Mitch, Jay, Mitch, Jay. And there was like a bit of Charles. And I was like, fuck.
And then I did one and I like gagged.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't go back to Jay because he's going to give it right back to me. So I gave it to Charles.
But that was quite fun. And then we had a wedding cake, which I don't think I would do again.
Oh,
I'd just get some donuts or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Like because we paid a lot. And in saying that, I loved the cake. It was beautiful. But I just think it's like such an expense.
Yeah. I probably would have matched the theme a little bit better, as in it was obviously very casual in the backyard.
Yeah.
Maybe some donuts or something.
Something cool. Yeah, like, or just like, I don't know, but something, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
some cheesecakes.
Everyone could have had their own Sara Lee
cheesecakes.
cheesecake from the freezer section. Oh,
Doesn't get any better than that.
I also, I loved that. I literally wrote as a question, how much did we spend? I think our total was like 15.
15, 16.
But I do think if we could pull back, we could have like 100%. Like your soup was really expensive. Like everything that we like.
My soup was like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we could have if we wanted to, but I think I was happy with how we worked everything. What else did we do?
It was just a great afternoon. So I think just like to recap, it started at like 4. It was just a backyard wedding marquee kind of vibe. We got married pretty early, I think, maybe 4:30.
4:30, yeah.
And then
everyone just had drinks and dinner.
Drinks and dinner from there on. It was pretty cruisy. We didn't have many people, but it was just honestly for me, it was perfect. It was like, all right, let's get the formalities out of the way, and then let's just.
And also, but within that formality, we had our celebrant Lauren, who I am obsessed with. Like, just as a human, she's the coolest. Like, you can just look at her and be like, how do you be so cool? Like, how are you just, just one of them like slick ladies. I just love you. They're the best. Anyway, she's so funny that she made us she was perfect for us, I think, like vibe wise. Yeah. She made us a story. So we told her everything. She asked us like the most crazy questions, like, if Mitch could be an animal, what would he be? Like random stuff, just so she could get to know us, like heaps. Each of us did it. And then she like put our story together because Mitch and I didn't want to do vows because like it's just not a vibe, not a thing that we wanted. Not for us. We didn't want to do that. Like, but I wanted her to say something rather than be like, this is like, you are going to be married today. Like that was about it. But I wanted it to be fun for everybody else. So like she told a story that she made from like the day we met to today. And including people who were there, like including Uncle Tony, including my mum and dad, including your parents, like including Anna, like everyone. It was everyone was involved in that story, which I loved. So that I would 1,000% do again. Like 100% would have that. And you need to find someone you gel with.
I agree.
Which I really, really like. Is there anything that you wouldn't do again?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think our wedding was perfect for me.
I agree.
To be honest, I wouldn't do anything different. I think it was like the best food at a wedding I've ever had. It was one of the best nights ever. Like it was perfect.
Yeah. I think I'm going to read, we'll read some juicy things that has happened at a wedding and then we'll go into like the questions and we can talk about different stuff. So
perfect.
This one was, actually, no, I won't read that one. We'll read that one later. So
juicy.
No, this one's just silly. A couple sitting across from us at the wedding reception disappeared halfway through the night.
Oh God.
And then came back.
I know where this is going.
No, you don't. And then came back with Hungry Jacks and started eating it in front of everyone at the table.
Oh, you can't do that.
You cannot do that.
I'll find you go to Hungry Jacks, but eat in your car or something. Don't bring it to the table.
Don't leave. Like, get over it. Have a drink and shut up. Like,
no.
Holy
when I say
shit.
find to eat Hungry Jacks, there's been some weddings that on the drive home.
Yeah, get some Mac.
You stop and get some food because, you're still hungry.
You didn't do it at the bloody wedding and then sit in front of people and then be like, I'm just going to eat a burger. Like, I would be pissed.
That's bad.
That's such a weird thing to do. Like,
that's bad.
That is, let's not do that at weddings. Okay, so this is just an absolute random story. The groom's ex was invited to the wedding and in the room during the speeches, which I find is weird, unless they're like, baby mama or something. I don't know. I don't know. I just find that weird, right?
Yeah.
But so the groom was standing next to the bride and in his speech, he started addressing how much his ex shaped him into the person he is today and that he truly had an amazing relationship with his ex. And it actually taught him how taught him how to love properly. And now he can love the current bride properly because of her.
Yeah.
The bride went quiet and looked really upset. She then threw the bridal bouquet, like when you throw the flowers behind you.
Her face.
No, and the ex of the groom caught it. And the ex then looked at the groom across the room, started crying and ran out. The bride witnessed this and ran out the other door. The groom still didn't think he did anything wrong.
That is probably the worst thing that could happen at a wedding. That's bad.
Terrible, yeah.
Marry your ex, man. Come on. Leave the poor girl alone.
That is so
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's so bad. That would be like so cringe. I remember I was at a wedding.
Not just cringe. That's just you're clearly in love with the ex.
Yeah, or the ex is there. Like that's just weird.
That's weird.
That's just weird. Okay, so this one is so funny, and this would happen to us because of how many freaking animals get let loose in our house because of our cat. Okay. So it's got nothing to do with the cat, but just because. I was a bridesmaid at a wedding that was held in a barn during the summer. As the vows were being said, a bird flew into one of the fans above us and fell onto the ground right in front of us. Its wing fell right next to it. That's so mean. The children in the audience screamed. The bridesmaids screamed, but the bride and groom had no idea what happened. And I think it was a bad omen because now the couple's divorced.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine a bird being like, that is so bad.
That's
but that
pretty
was
funny.
100% what would happen to us. Because Ricky would be like, talking about Ricky, he used to drop, have we talked about in the house how he dropped the mice during the house open?
No,
probably not. All right, we'll talk about that next time.
That's a funny story for next week.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
This is last story. The priest in the bride and groom were getting married. The priest was asking the groom if his new bride and his mother, who was seated in the first row, were drowning in a river and he could only save one. Who would he save? And the priest refused to proceed with the ceremony until a choice was made.
No way.
What the fuck?
What? This happened?
Yeah, apparently.
What kind
Who would do that? That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. That is. Can you imagine? Make a choice right now, and your bride's like, and your mum's like, the fuck, what am I going to die for? That's such a random thing. This is actually something completely different, but I love, which is what we were going to do originally. So when we got engaged, we never had an engagement party because of COVID.
Yeah. Never
did any of that kind of stuff. So we were planning on actually doing a surprise engagement wedding party. So everyone was already there.
Yeah.
We was like, no one would know. So we're going to be there. And then when everyone arrives, but surprise, we're getting married. And if you didn't come, you didn't care about us. That was our thing. It was too bad.
Fair call.
So this person said, so my best friend and her husband talked about getting married and decided to do a surprise wedding. He told his family and hers he was going to propose and there was going to be an engagement party. So everyone dressed nicely.
Yeah.
They told two of their best friends, and I was one of them, so we helped them plan it. They rented an Airbnb farmhouse for the weekend, and then they got up there, prepared everything. Everyone got their makeup done, blah, 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 everything happened. So the family gets there at 4, all at this farmhouse, thinking there was going to be a surprise engagement. So they were hanging out the front, waiting. And then at 4 o'clock, they all got a letter, and they said, you are cordially invited to our wedding in 30 minutes. And then around the back, they were having the wedding. So they're all just the wedding's right now. And they went out and instead of it being an engagement, it was literally a wedding.
I love that.
I think that's so fun.
Were they engaged before or no?
They must have been just a little bit of a secret one.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. I like that.
I love it because I just think it's it lowers the pressure of it being a wedding.
Yeah, I agree.
And everything going smoothly and perfect and blah, blah, blah.
I agree with that.
I love that. I love that so much. I have some random do's and don'ts.
Give it to me.
That's and people are really about
That's
it.
what I mean. And that's why I'm going to enjoy this segment. Because I like to, people I think are very stuck in their ways and I am very much do whatever you want to do and I just want to challenge people that are stuck in their ways.
What about maybe before we go into this, how do you feel we...
Leah the mediator.
Yeah, let's not yell a bit now. What do you think that we kind of copped when we told we just want to have a crazy wedding?
I don't think people were happy.
Yeah, I agree. They weren't mad, but they were
I think they were mad.
Oh.
I think they were mad.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just don't think that you would, if Gigi was getting married and you wanted her to have a big wedding, let's say, and she said, Mum, I'm not having a big wedding. I want to do a backyard wedding. Out of respect, I don't think that you would sit there and be like, well, I'm disappointed in that. And if you did do that, that's pretty selfish.
There's a lot of people that do that. A lot of parents that do that.
Yeah, well, you need to look in the mirror.
100%. I'd be all over it. I'd be all over whatever Gigi wants to do.
But you're a supportive. That's what I mean.
I am literally Dobby to Gigi and from Harry Potter. Whatever she wants, I don't give a fuck. Yep, absolutely, my love. I'll do everything.
Yes. No. Yeah. So going back to, I think people were disappointed.
Yeah.
But I don't really care. It's like, again, I just don't care.
Yeah,
it's not about you. It's about us and what we want to do.
Yeah.
And the most important thing that I was saying to you the whole time, in my head anyway, was, is this really what you want to do? And if not, let's do something different. As long as you're happy, because, again, I think it was more important to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, I really wanted this to be your day, and whatever you wanted to happen, let's do it. I didn't really care. Wasn't as fussed. And as long as you were happy and tick, then that's all that matters. Like, not what other people think.
Yeah, I just think I would have been uncomfortable at a big wedding. I liked what we did, but I was still a bit like, I don't know. But I love going to big weddings. Like, I love seeing people. Like, I've got a wedding soon. Don't be mean. I've got a wedding soon and I like it.
Come on. You sit there for 7 hours and it's like, come on.
Hale and Jay's will be fun. We'll return the snorkel. We'll return the snorkel.
Absolutely.
100%.
No, okay. So if I would ask you the question, how do you think people? What was the question? Like, were people happy with our wedding? Or what do you think?
I think, like, Mum kept saying, like, oh, your dad's really upset. He can't walk you down the aisle, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't think he'd be that upset. He literally told me, do whatever the fuck you want. And I was like, cool, bro. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. But I think it's more like I feel like it's a thing that's like, oh, what are people going to say? Like, it's one of those things. So if you have a small, and I loved, because I said to my family, like, I've got a big family, right? If it was actually up to us, like, how many people do you think on your side? 30, right?
30, 40,
40, whatever. My side, fucking 500. So, like, at my 21st, I had 170 people there. My 21st.
Yeah.
I literally was, like, meeting people on the night, and that was me being like, oh, there's your Yaz neighbour. Cool, that's great. Hello, Thea. Like, what am I? That's so random that you're here, but great. Look, so that's kind of what it would have blown out to if we wanted it to do that.
Yeah.
And I just think, like, I was like, I'm just not into people inviting people just because of it. And then you got to invite their partners, and then you have to, like, what if they have kids? And then, like, you don't want to offend that person, but they don't like that person. You can't invite them, and you can't sit them. I was like, fuck this,
and
bro. Like,
selfishly, we wanted it to be very intimate. So I think you lose intimacy when you've got bloody your Yaz next door neighbour or this person's friend, or, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, I'm paying for you to be here effectively.
And I want you to enjoy it, and I want to be able to see you on the night and, like, talk to you and, like, actually care. But I love my family, like all my aunties and uncles and all that. Like, I love them, but
I don't think they could care less.
No, but I spoke to them. I spoke to, like, Hardy, like, who, like, is Mum's cousin. I love her so much. She's, like, my favourite, and not favourite auntie. I won't say that because the other aunties will hate me. But, like, I love Hardy. She's so helpful. She's, like, so, if you call her, she'll be there in 2 seconds. Like, one of those kind of amazing humans. And I said to her, like, and she wasn't invited to our wedding, like, but I was like, when I spoke to her about it, and I was like a bit of an awkward comment, and I was like, yeah, we're just having something small. She goes, fucking oath, absolutely, so you should, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was so supportive of it. And she's like, no way. She's like, we'll come over after and give you a present. We'll do this. We'll come to, like, whatever it is. Like, I don't care. And I was like, oh, like, I think you think people are going to care. And if the people that do, like, you're not, like, you probably haven't even met Gigi. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
The people who really understood that we just wanted something small were like, absolutely go for it. Like, so keen on us doing that.
I had a friend there was a couple friends that I think you and I were like, do we invite them? Do we not? I didn't invite one friend, and apparently it wasn't said to me. I just heard from someone else that he was upset that he wasn't invited. But I was like, you haven't met Gigi.
Yeah.
You
and
haven't
she's a year
been to
old.
my new house, which we've been in for 7 months, whatever it had been. You haven't really been around. So, like, I haven't seen you in almost 2 years. Why do I have to invite you? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just really glad that we did what we wanted to do. And
it's nice that you can be around that people, like, who actually care about you. But then again, like, then it can blow out to being like that person's partner, because there's like 4 kids in that family. They'll have a partner. Okay, that's 8 kids plus like just, and then you end up paying $200 a head for these people, and then you don't see them on the night. So it's like, what? Like, I get it, but then at the same time, I'm like, I would want to take that money and spend it on you and I and Gigi to go on a holiday for 3 months.
It's about us. It's not about other people.
Yeah.
You're celebrating marriage, not celebrating your ancestors.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, it's a weird one. But, like, then people live for a wedding, which I appreciate. Like, I think that's people do what they want.
That's my point. Yeah. My point is we did what we want to do. So if that doesn't fly with you, that's great. Yeah. You do what you want to do.
If you want the biggest wedding ever, like, great, can I come? Yeah. But, like, I'm keen. Like, I love
if
that.
If it does fly with you, I'll let you in on a little secret that we actually did, which not many people know.
What did we do?
So the reason I say I don't think people were happy with our choice because we could see that they were getting a bit unhappy.
Could we? I don't even know what you're going to say, so we'll see.
But what we did to semi-string them along a little bit is we said we would have a bigger party.
Yeah.
After we were married with extended family.
We kind of did plan to do that, but it was just too hard. Like I was like,
it never happened.
Yeah, I'd love to do a party with a bigger extended family, like an engagement.
Was that mad if it didn't happen?
No. Like almost like an engagement party opposite. Like get married and have the party after, so that we can just get someone to cater and it's easy. Like
and it
people
wouldn't
don't
be
care.
a fancy night and cost
like
$300
just like a big
head.
barbecue. That'd be great. That's what we had kind of had like said to ourselves to make, and also to my mum to make it feel better. But I think it was just more like we can definitely do it. That's where the carnival kind of thing was like. That's what I wanted to do. But then I was like, you know what? That's again going to cost us probably $10,000 just in food and drink. Like, so nah. But I'm so happy we did what we did, and it's so good. But anyway, do's and don'ts. You can agree or disagree with me.
Okay. Yep. Go on.
What would you do if someone got engaged at our wedding?
No bueno.
Yeah, I think so. No, I think no too. I think it's gross. I honestly think if you're going to get engaged,
you can go on.
If you're going to get engaged or you're going to be like, oh, can I get engaged at your wedding? It's like, pick your own fucking date. Like, that's now my wedding date and you're going to now be engaged. Like, no.
And that's what I mean about like, obviously I feel very strongly about what we did, but we did what we wanted to do and that was our night. Do you know what I mean? Like, get your own thing.
Yes, like imagine having a massive wedding, paying all this money, having all the people you love there for these two fucks in the corner to get engaged. Are you joking? I'd be like, put it back, do it tomorrow. No,
that's not a thing.
No way. That would just, and then like the whole night. Not that the bride needs to be concentrated on, but well, they do because it's her night, and they bride and group. But then everyone's gonna be like, oh, let's see the ring, and blah blah. It's like, bitch, like, back up. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like,
I'm with you on that one.
I get it. No phones at a ceremony. As in, like, when let's say you're sitting down, the bride's walking down the aisle, phones.
Fair enough.
100%.
How's that not fair enough?
100%.
Concentrate on what is happening.
Yeah. Like, you don't need it on video. You can get it on video after.
Be present.
But I guarantee
okay, I get what you're saying. No video. Yeah. And you know what? Because bride and grooms get a bit funny about that as well because they're typically paying a videographer to capture 100%. That moment.
And you're going to see, like, the videographer's going to see 40 people in the front with their phones out. It's like,
fair enough.
For 1 second, put your phone down and just look at the bride and groom and be like, you guys are amazing. Like, and then like, but I guarantee you that video, they'll see it. Yeah. They'll film it and never watch it ever again. Like, it'll be in their camera roll forever and never actually watch it.
Yeah.
Unless the bride has been like, can you capture this angle from when I'm walking in, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Otherwise, like, put your fucking phone down.
I agree. Yep.
That would just do my head in. I get that. This one's hilarious for you and I. So this was the big one in the DM. The two, two. Yep. Well, there's two. There was two.
Ooh,
people getting offended if kids aren't invited. So like we just got invited to a wedding and it said Leah and Mitch on the invite. Yeah. Clearly Gigi's not invited. I am not offended. I am delighted. I would tell you that much, but I'm sorry.
Grow up.
Yeah, get over it.
Who's the child?
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, and I understand for some people, like, you know, it's really hard for them to get care or whatever, blah, blah, whatever. That scenario, okay. But if you just want your kids to come because you want them to experience the wedding, no.
I agree.
No.
This is my point that I'm trying to stress this whole podcast. Yeah. It is their choice, what they want. Yeah. You don't have a say in that.
100%.
Just do what they want. It's their night. Just for one night in your life.
Yeah, just do what they
want to do, and that's it.
Yeah, even if you need to.
You don't need to make a comment. Yeah. You don't need to.
It's a no. Like
that's right. Just
but
it's
at
what
the
they
same time,
want. That's
like
fine.
We got invited to so say for Kayla and Jay, I have organised to have our amazing Eden watch Gigi for that night. Put her to bed. Yeah. Wake her up, and probably not wake her up the next morning because we'll be home. But like, because it was going to be events are going to be somewhere else. But anyway, I can't say anything. But the thing is, like, I was like, Kayla was like, please, I was like, Gigi can come ceremony, get photos with Anna, 100%. But she's going to be picked up in a car and going back home because if you want me to be present at the wedding and you want me to be like having fun, doing whatever on the D floor, blah, 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 all those things, I can't do that if Gigi's there. Yeah, because she'll be like, you know, I'll be reading books to her or whatever it is. It's just, it's not a calm day for me or you.
Yep.
And then we're going to go put her to sleep. Someone's going to have to watch her in the room. Like someone's going to have to go home. Like it just doesn't make sense. And I would prefer to be like, I right now am having a kid-free night that I can just relax and enjoy my night and have the best time and not have to worry about like babysitting not babysitting, having my child.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? I would think as a parent, you'd be like, see ya. Like,
Yeah,
off we go,
I would
bye.
look forward
Like,
to it. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
Like I would really look for, and I understand people would struggle to get care and stuff like that. Like being offended that they're not invited is like,
nah, come on.
Sorry about that, but no.
No.
This is disgusting, and I hate this one. The groom getting the garter off in front of everybody. Have you seen
The
that?
what?
Did you do that at the wedding? Oh no!
Getting the what?
Yuck! The garter. So the person wears the bride wears is it like a little band on the leg? I don't even know. I don't even know what it is. I don't know why you have it. I have no idea. It's like a thing around the leg.
Yeah.
And then like basically the bride sits on a chair. Tell me if this is right or not.
Yeah.
Music going, whatever. The groom comes up, lifts the bride's whole dress up, and like gets it up off with his teeth.
Oh yeah.
Fucking gross.
You can see how little attention I pay to weddings.
Yeah, so like it's meant to like get it, and then what after? You throw it. Yuck. Like here's this sweaty band that's been on my leg all day. Like
yeah, right. Okay.
But like, sorry,
no
if I just
comment.
looked to my right, my dad would just be sitting there, and I'd be like, get the fuck away from my dress on my leg. It's just weird. Like I can't.
don't know.
But it's a tradition. But I'm like, no.
For me, that's a no comment. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's my stance for this podcast.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't personally do it.
Yeah. Oh, do it if you want it. But like at the same time, I would never. I would think I would probably collapse if you tried to do that in front of my dad. My dad would be like, "What day is it today?" But like, I can't. Like, it just no, thank you. This one I think I agree with too. And I'm not 100% sure. Having wedding favors. Do you know what that is? Like the little present that you give to guests.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck them. I'm not doing that.
Oh, you mean like a
like
on the table where they're sitting?
Yes, you know how Cass did their little limoncello stuff?
Yeah.
That was cute. But like at the same time, I'm already paying for you to be here. I'm already doing all these things. I don't think I need to give you a present for coming. Thank you. No,
where's
thank
my
you.
present?
Yes, where's my present? I don't know. I think it's cute if it's like
I get
with
it.
a theme.
I get it. It's a very Italian or Greek thing. Well,
Is it?
I'm
I don't
sure
even know.
it happens in other cultures too. But
Yeah.
for me being Italian, it's a very Italian thing. Like that's why Cass would have done the limoncello and stuff.
Yeah.
Very Italian.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like do whatever
It's
you want
just
to
an
do.
extra thing. Man, you're just being like fucking Switzerland on this one. You're just
Yeah,
do
because
whatever.
that's what a wedding should be.
I get it,
and that is my point.
I get
Don't
it.
do shit for your mum. Don't do shit for your dad. Do shit for you, man.
100%.
That sounded really motivational, didn't it?
Did.
You do you.
You do you.
Yeah, that's my thing with the whole wedding. Do whatever you want to do.
What
If you
about?
wanna throw
I
in-
think having. I like having wedding favors, but I think maybe having it for a reason. Like the limoncello, cute because you can take it home. Like things like I don't know, just the useless
got one.
things. What? Oh no! What did I do?
You didn't do anything. What about people that attend a wedding and don't bring a gift?
Yeah, nah. You have to bring something.
I agree.
Just bring a chocolate bar or something. Like you got to. Oh, actually, that gives me to my next thing. Disagreeing. This person disagrees that you should gift the wedding party to the value that you being there. So if just saying it's
so
roughly,
they're saying it shouldn't be if it's 150 a head. There's two of you. That's $300.
Yes.
My gift should not equate to $300.
they're saying they disagree. Yeah, they're saying that they're saying they disagree that it should be $300.
I think that's a bit of an old-fashioned thing.
Yeah.
I know some of my immediate friends have had that thought when we've attended like other weddings.
Yeah.
But it doesn't cross my mind. I'm like, well, I'm getting you a gift.
Yeah,
so
it's like a present's a present. Like, but that's what I think. Like, I think that's just nice that people bring a present.
Yeah, you don't gift as a backhanded thing. It's not like I'm gifting because you've paid for me. It's like I'm giving you this because I thought this would be cool for you, or it's money to go to whatever.
Yeah. I think that back in the day, like,
So
correct
many
me if I'm
politics,
wrong.
man.
Yeah, the wedding is full of politics. I think like you'd get married and then you'd move into a house. So your wedding would be like
You don't want them to be out of pocket.
Coaster and
almost,
your wedding would be things like you'd be like things for the house or things for the your life sort of thing. So it wouldn't be, I don't know. But now it's like a lot of people like they're living together. So like it's like, what are you going to give them? Like that's
Yeah.
Bit of a tough one, but I think anything's nice. Like you shouldn't have an expectation of people being like, "Hey, cool, I'm going to recoup my money because I'm going to have 200 people and I'm going to like that's."
I think us as the wedding party, I didn't go through the gifts being like, oh, that's $100.
Yeah, no.
Or not. Do you know what I mean? So didn't cross my mind, but and again, it doesn't cross my mind as a gift giver. So
I just think anything's nice. But that's a good
do
one.
whatever.
What about disagreeing with guests having to wear a theme or colour?
Shut up. This is my point. You've asked to do something for their wedding.
Yeah.
Just please sit and abide.
What about wearing white
hard.
to somebody else's wedding?
It's not hard. My stance is very firm.
What?
It's like the kids. If they've requested something.
But that's an unwritten rule. You don't request people not to wear white to your wedding. Like, as in,
no. Oh, no, well, that's different. Are you saying this? How many questions?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I kind of put those two together.
Yeah, no. Okay, so can we go back to the theme?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they've requested a theme, you just go down to your local shops and you be a law-abiding citizen and you get whatever the theme requires. It's not hard.
Yeah. I agree.
What do you like? This is my frustration with weddings. People try and make it about themselves when it's just about the bride and groom.
Yeah.
Let them do what they want to do. They've clearly thought about it and this is what they want. So just put your suit on and be a part of it and make it special for them. It's not about you.
Yeah, I totally agree. What about someone wearing, like, if we didn't have a white wedding and someone came with a white gown dress, would that be like a no-go?
Not to be ignorant, I think it's more of a female thing, obviously, because I didn't understand any of this before we'd gotten married.
You literally didn't.
I just didn't pay attention to it. So, from my knowledge that you've given me, it's probably a no-go. Again, it's about the bride and groom.
I think it's an unwritten rule for like a no-go, but like I don't think I would care as such, as I probably wouldn't notice. But I think just don't. I think it's one of those things.
You don't want to take away from the bride and groom on this night. That's my point.
Yeah. And what about well, this is, and you'll say 100% this. Then we already talked about it, but like hot take, like bride and groom should never have to invite someone because of family pressure.
I couldn't agree more.
I couldn't agree more.
We're talking about the heater before this episode, and it was on level 1,000. That answer's on level 10,000.
Yeah,
is how much I agree with.
Yeah, 100%.
It's their night.
Yeah.
I can't yell that loud enough in the microphone.
Yeah.
It's not about other people. It's about them and what they want to do, and just let them enjoy the night however they want.
I agree. I think like
there's so much. And the reason I'm so stern on this, right, is because I have a daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter, son, whatever. My thing is because we had a little bit of pressure, I would say. Not a lot. It wasn't bad, but I just don't want Gigi to feel pressure to invite my best friend, your best friend, if that's not what she wants. I want that night to be whatever she wants it to be, including whoever she wants to have there, whatever theme, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not about me. It's not about anyone else. It's about her and her partner.
Yeah.
And that's it.
What about people getting, someone said, I absolutely am against people getting sloppy drunk at weddings. Have a few drinks to celebrate for sure, but gross.
A bit of an unwritten rule, and I think this happens as you get older. Like Charles is like, I'm not going to drink that much. I'll probably have like 3 beers at his own wedding because I just don't want to be a mess in front of Charlotte's family, which I totally get. So personally, coming from where we stand from, like we don't drink a lot. Like you don't really drink at all. I would rarely drink. Yeah, I'm just not into sloppy's no good. No one likes sloppy.
This girl sounds like you. Her name is Tabby Josie, and she said, whenever I says you have to do this, oh my God, for fuck's sake, it's not your fucking wedding, so what someone is doing, so fuck off.
Correct.
That's what
Thank you. What's her name?
Tabby Josie.
Shout out to Tabby Josie.
That's
My thing is, I'm just opinionated on things. I really don't agree with that. Put pressure on people unnecessarily. Do you know what I mean? Like, do what you want to do.
Yeah, I totally
agree. It's like people going to uni because my parents want me to go to uni. Man, if you don't want to go to uni, don't go to uni.
Don't. That's it. I totally get it.
Next week, uni versus
uni versus not. There's so many that like things that are happening. Like it's crazy. Yeah, someone said like showing up empty-handed, like you can't do that, blah blah blah.
So,
like
because I like to admit when I'm wrong, and I don't think I'm wrong in this situation, but do people actually like strongly believe that they shouldn't be about them and they should be inviting Yaya's
I think it's more
cousin?
like it would be more, that 100%. It's, I don't know.
Thank you. Why?
It's a thing, I don't know. It's a thing that like people's, I don't know. Like maybe it's like our parents didn't do that to us. But
do what?
as in like you have to invite this person,
no,
you have to invite
no,
this person.
yeah.
I didn't say that at all.
Yeah.
But I think some people are like very much that's it. That maybe it's like a cultural thing. I don't know. But like you have to do these certain things.
I've got a question then. And I can't remember which side traditionally. But if one side, let's say we were getting married and your parents were paying for the wedding, then do you think it's different?
No.
If they're like, hey, Mitch and Leah, I'm paying this $100,000 for the wedding.
Fucking hell.
But I want
give that to me instead.
I want your best friend there and you don't have a choice in the invite list. Is that then different?
Oh, I don't know because like it's not fair.
I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah, but it's not fair to give.
I agree,
it's not fair to like as a parent. It's not fair to give a gift with a string attached.
Yeah.
Like that's not fair.
But
then I guess you
what
are getting a
happens
gift
in a lot of cases?
I think so.
Because we paid for our own wedding.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases that I would know firsthand.
Yeah.
The parents have chipped in money
100%.
and therefore would maybe be more emotional about decisions made in the wedding.
I just don't think that if I were to be like, I'm paying for Gigi's wedding and you have to invite my friend, unless they're friends and they've met each other a million times and whatever, I'd be like, come on, I just let her in. But I don't know if I would force that. I'd be like, that's a bit hectic.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to you as a gift.
Yeah.
Do with it what you will. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
It's hard. It's a tricky one because you don't want to accept something and then disappoint that person. Like, if my mum and dad were like, here, I'll give you $50,000 for your wedding, I'd be like, oh, what do you want me to do for you for the rest of your life? Like that, I would feel guilty to not do that. But we weren't in that position, so I have no idea. But like, if I did that, I would probably feel a little bit
interesting one.
Yeah, I feel a bit awkward. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Another one was someone saying like making like a fuss if your plus one isn't invited.
Oh,
that's a bit.
Hang on. Okay, because like, what does this mean by definition? Like, have you asked for a plus one and they've said no, or it's just like, Lee's invited but Mitch is not, but you haven't requested for Mitch to be invited?
No, I think it's different. It's like if you and I had been dating for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and we had gotten invited to a wedding, the bride and groom were like, sorry, don't know you like your boyfriend.
Fair enough.
Like,
what's wrong with that?
I think that's fair enough. But I think that's another thing that people would get really offended.
Do people forget that people are paying for people to be there?
Yeah.
It's
Numbers can blow
black
out.
and white.
Yeah, it's very black and white. But like, don't forget, we didn't have any pressure. Imagine like constantly someone over your head being like, you have to do that, you have to do this, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty
blah,
cool
blah.
as a cucumber. That's why.
Yeah. I think it would be hard to like
I don't feel pressure
to argue. It would be hard to argue with you like someone who's, I don't know, helping, I guess.
Yeah, I think the monetary thing is a bit of Yeah.
People are saying it's absolutely not okay to do an engagement or like a pregnancy announcement or something ridiculous on that day.
That's silly.
Did you do a bouquet toss or did Rachel do a bouquet toss?
That's a yes for confirmation.
You had people against that at your wedding too. So you had gutter toss and that thing. I don't know why they're saying that it's an old tradition, but I wonder what's the tradition. If you catch it, you're going to get married next or something like that. Is that the tradition?
Yeah. Get married
I think that's fun though. I think I would just throw it at the person I want to, like, I'd throw it at Eden just to make it like just to be funny, because obviously like I'd be like, come on.
I just think it's funny. Weddings are so political. I think my stance is just. Don't get wrapped up in other people if it's not what you want to do. If it's what you want to do it. But just do what you want to do.
Yeah,
man.
no, I agree. I think if you want the big wedding, 100%. If you want a small wedding,
That's
do it.
what I
mean. I really like how you and I were both like, we agree on this like small wedding. Like that's what we wanted to do. And we just were like, outside noise, bye. Like I don't want to hear it. Like Kayla's organising her wedding coming up soon, and they can't decide whether they want to go here, there, because it's like
so much pressure.
Yeah, they're feeling pressure. And I literally said to her, I was like, "Why? Like, okay, do it in your front yard. Do a mate. You can get that foddy guy to cater. Like if you want to do something, just chill, just do that." And like, I don't know, like, ugh. I guess it's a big day, but then you just once you make a decision, just like. Stick to your guns.
And then, a couple of the comments that they've made are like, oh, so much pressure, and then this person be unhappy. I'm like, and our response has just been like, dude, who cares? Do what you want to do. Like, and then because obviously we did what we wanted to do, they'll be like, how do you feel after your wedding? Like, was it good just doing it? Like, yeah, man, it was the best thing ever. Because I woke up the next morning and it was epic. I didn't spend $100,000 for 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
It's
I just
great.
it felt good about our choice to do that because it just felt it felt definitely like us.
Yeah.
And it felt easy and people left at like 10:30 and we were like, cool, great. Off to bed.
See ya.
Oh my God. So I don't drink, right? Like barely ever really, except that one night I had that cruiser and probably at Kayla's wedding I'll have another snorkel, but that's another story. So when I had my snorkel, I felt a bit gross because I just felt disgusting. You know, it wasn't tipsy or drunk at all from a cruiser, but I was like, like, you know, my tummy just feels gross. It was 11 o'clock and everyone had gone by then. And we were going and I was getting changed. I was getting and Gigi wakes up. Because she was obviously at home. And I was like, please no. So I had to go in the room and rock her for like 30 minutes and I was like swaying. Like, all I could hear was just music and gross. I felt so sick, but I was like, It was not a good time. So I would say to absolutely have a nanny overnight to sort that out because I was like, ugh. And then you were like, I reckon you had about 2 liters of water before you went to bed so that you weren't sick the next morning. But yeah, our light's turning off. It's telling us to hurry the fuck up. Next week, they're sitting there being like, can you hurry up, guys?
Enough's enough.
Enough's enough of this. Anyways, I think this was a great episode.
I agree.
Anything that you, like, any advice for people other than do what you want to do? Because you've said that.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
No. Do what you want to do.
Do you think you would spend as much money on your suit again? Because you will literally never wear that ever again. Unless it's like a black tie event. Because he got for context, he got a tux with like a really cool lining in the tux. Like it was very very nice.
My answer would probably be no.
I agree.
Waste of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It probably could have been.
Unless you got a cool, like a normal jacket.
Yeah.
Because then you could wear that again and again and again and it'll be fine.
But again, these things don't, like, we're not big into materialistic things or like clothes or whatever. So like, it doesn't really mean a lot to us. Like for me, I was more there for the food and you like to actually get married to you and the food. That's all I cared about that night. Like I took my jacket off after the ceremony. I was just wearing bloody shirt and pants anyway. So
well, the funny thing is I will actually say this to people who may be considering a small wedding and a backyard wedding at that. Our photos, like they're great, but they were in our old house, right? So they were in like, we've got like your friendly neighbour fence, like all those things in the background, great. But what my plan was to do, because we hired a photographer, but we hired them for just to get the ceremony bits and just some fun pictures of Gigi and whatever. And they were there for an hour, right? Like an hour and a half. It wasn't like a full day thing or whatever. We didn't get video. We didn't do any of that. But my plan is that when Gigi's like a little bit older and when I'm feeling a little bit more confident, you know, myself, and Mitch is like feeling the 30-day runs or whatever, we're going to go and do a wedding photo shoot and actually pretend like it was that the day, right? So we're gonna like, and I've read it right. I'll just talk to the camera. Well, no, I said that. I remember how I said we can do photos another day. Like we didn't have to worry about it like on the day because I think usually you'd have your ceremony, your wedding, like you actually, and then the bride and groom would disappear with their wedding party for like an hour or so, 2 hours or whatever to go take photos at whatever thing they are, then come back and have the reception.
Yeah.
Whereas we didn't want to do that. I just wanted to be like, once Gigi's a little bit older, we can go take really beautiful family pictures and you can wear your suit, I can wear the dress I had or whatever. And we just take some really nice pictures and we're there for an hour and they can be like, that can be our memory. I think that's fun.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
I think that will happen.
No, it will, I promise you, eventually. But I think that's fun.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good way to do things. Yeah. Well, I think it's a cool way to do. You can do it. You can even do the whole thing before or do it. I don't know. Maybe even the next day or the day after. Like, have it booked in because we clearly have not. And our shitty honeymoon, which was like a 24-hour, I'd say a 22-hour trip to Melbourne. We literally went to Melbourne, landed, had dinner, woke up, flew back, and we're like, cool guys, perfect. But
we will go on a holiday.
We'll see.
Hopefully, very very soon.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for joining in. That was a great.
Yeah, you got heated. I'm just going to say.
No, I just like people doing what they want to do.
I agree with you.
I'm not a peer pressure kind of guy.
Yeah. Maybe if you're feeling your pressure from your fam, just send them the podcast and be like, oh, I like this.
Text me and I'll give you some positive affirmations.
Fuck them. Do whatever they want. It'd be great. Let us know what you think about the do's and don'ts. I think it'd be really it's, like I love a wild
let's do it.
Like almost like a DM fight, but the other people don't know they're fighting against each other and I'm just agreeing with them both.
Perfect.
I think it's great. All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you
next week.
Bye.